Hi, I'm Jamie. Welcome to Sci-Fi-Vision for August 10th. I guess you find out something new every day. That thing when you press the countdown, it's supposed to mute people, but apparently it doesn't do it when you come in the middle of it because I can hear you opening your palm when you did that.
That's gonna just pop it open a cold one to get ready for the Institute.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. It was funny because I could hear it when you did that. But welcome everybody for our Institute deep dive. I see Muncher. Our deep dive is at 11. Our review tomorrow is at 10. That's the difference. So sorry if there was some mix up on the time. I did schedule it right. I thought maybe I made a mistake, but I looked it up. I did do it right. Yeah, so welcome everybody. After, like I said, tomorrow at 10 is our review, followed by, we have Nautilus at 11 tomorrow. No, midnight tomorrow. There's so many. Midnight tomorrow is Nautilus. 10 o'clock is Institute. And then Tuesday night at 7 Eastern, we have Julian, who plays Stackhouse on the Institute. He's going to be joining us live to take questions, followed by Fandom Access. I know you had asked me about Sandman. I know we had said we were going to do Tuesday. If I can stay awake for 3 of them and get ready in time, that we can do it. I don't know. There's a better day. I was going to say, is there another day we could do it? But I don't think there is. And there's like stuff every day. So it might end up having to be Tuesday, but I'll post for sure. If we decide to do that, I'll post for sure in Discord. So everybody make sure that you do, check out Discord so you can join our watch parties like we had tonight and all of our schedule. And thanks much. Hey, Karen. Sorry, my throat is dripping. You know, I swear, every time my allergies gets bad and I take Nasonex nasal spray, and I think I need to try something else because every time I take it, then my headaches start up again, and I know it's got to be coming from that. And it's kind of like, do I want to take it and make my head unplugged and get really bad headaches? Or do I want to keep my head plugged and not have the headaches? It's kind of not a good choice.
The only thing that's ever worked for me are those little cheap pink pills. You can buy a bunch of them for like $10 for a big bottle at Costco.
Might be Benadryl. Benadryl puts you to sleep though.
Oh no. Yeah, it might be partly Benadryl, but it's off-brand. But it's the only thing that's ever worked because none of the non-drowsy stuff works for me.
Oh, okay, fair enough. No, I need to try a different kind of spray. I think I've been on it for a while, so I might try another one. But I don't know. This weather, the air quality, I know is so shitty. It doesn't help anything.
Mm-hmm.
Not great at all. But anyway, so welcome. I know I saw you a couple minutes there in the watch party towards the end. Do you like this episode? What did you think of the escape episode?
I thought that Kate the Great was going to last longer. She didn't last long.
That's all.
I kind of like there, and I thought there was going to be more of a confrontation. I thought there would be maybe more Institute people around, but just nope.
No, it was that's even he was right when he said they only sent one person after me.
Yeah, I guess they have a budgetary restraints.
Yeah, so I guess he was.
That's why Julia thought the AC was all like, well, first I thought it was just because the building's bad and old and.
Yeah. Well, I know we've said before in our other show how inept these people seem to be sometimes. R.I.P. Kate, yeah. Yeah, she was not long for this show. It was so obvious though that it was going to be Kate that she called.
Well, yeah. And they even had her in the little recap too, and I'm like, they have her in the recap.
Yeah, they always
Kate the Great.
When they do that in the recap, they screw it up because then you know absolutely what's going to happen when they do that. But,
well, I only thought there was one journalist in town. It's a small town. I thought she ran the whole paper.
Yeah, I don't know. She said she's something to do with the paper. I'm not sure what exactly job she said. I don't remember, but yeah, she said she did. I know we kind of on our other show, I think she actually does run the paper. I mean, I think she's a spy and I think she's working for them, but I think she is actually running the paper as well. But I don't know. I know Karen disagrees with me. Her did before anyway. So.
Oh, she doesn't think she's legit at all.
No, Oh, okay. Yeah, she did, but I thought maybe I misunderstood Karen. Then I guess I misunderstood. Maybe it was AJ.
Yeah,
Somebody said
I
that,
think
that it was fake
I
completely.
think
I
Luke
don't
might
know.
have been right by just telling Tim just to drive them to a large city with the FBI,
And then
branch.
nobody's involved. Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
smart kid.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we know he's a smart kid, but
Hmm.
hopefully, at least some of the people they go to will be helpful. We already know that. I already forgot his name, but I just call him Pendrell because that's the easiest way. The guy with the kimono dragon, like he's calling somebody, so he seems like
Hmm.
maybe he's part of it. So yeah, lots of people. As long as it's not as bad as the show The Following. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but when we
Hmm.
watched it, it was like every other person that they met was somebody who was involved in the
Oh
cult, and
yeah.
like that was really
I'm
really
sure.
annoying. It
I'm
was
sure
too
that
much.
bearded lizard's involved, or else he
Yeah,
has a telepathy.
it was at that point with that show. I mean, it was seriously like really getting to be so annoying. Even I was like yelling at it, and I tend to give things more of a chance, but we were complaining so much. Hi, Kimberly, Jen. What's there? Karen, obviously Muncher. I know Alice was here a little bit ago. I think she's coming back.
Hmm.
But welcome everybody. All right. Well, let's jump into it, I guess. So finally, Luke starts. Okay, wait. Norbert.
Moving.
Yeah, starts moving. That's true. I didn't even think about that. Norbert's one with the bearded dragon. Norbert is what Hager names his baby dragon. I don't know that it was done on purpose, but that is funny if it is. That's cute. I like that. I don't know. I just call him Pendrell. It's easier for me to remember. So yeah, as you said, it finally starts moving. He finally
Hmm.
does get his breakout. Sorry, these pictures are a little dark. It's kind of hard to see.
Yeah,
I was just
going under the fence was pretty gnarly.
Yeah, it
But
was.
like,
And I think it was smart what he did, but I really did not understand why he threw the damn scissors back because he could have used them as a weapon. And I feel
hmm.
like if it was more of like she might get caught, she was less likely to get caught if they were just missing as opposed to if they showed up in this one random place. So,
He
yeah,
just
that
didn't
seems
care
like
about Maureen. Didn't
advice.
care about
Yeah,
her at all.
he did not. No, I don't know. It just
Yeah, it
irritated
was
me.
smart because he would put him in front of him. He could just picked him up and then,
Yeah, but no, he took time to throw him back. It wasn't like he just forgot them, and it would have been so bad, quite. But no, he
I guess
forgot
you
him.
would have had the plot point then if you didn't throw him behind him.
Yeah, yeah. They had to make sure that they found him. I guess. Uh, yeah. Instead of throwing a branch, or he could have thrown down the scissors. You're right. He
I
could have
mean,
used
they
his.
could have the same plot point because if Luke left, they would have put the finger on Maureen because she was always talking to him secretly by the ice machine. They probably knew
Yeah,
something
I
was
think.
up.
Yeah, I think they could have found it in a different way. I agree. I automatically thought that when I first watched it. I was like, no, don't throw them back, you stupid. Like you're supposed to be smart. Why are you doing this?
Though
So
they're very,
yeah.
very slow to do, a head count, like a physical head count.
Yeah, that's why he got so far away. He was able to escape. I can't believe nobody's escaped for 70 years. They are not very great at their job.
Mm.
But he does get under it, and the dogs do not see him. But he does. Then he falls down the hill. He
He
like
fell in a
runs,
hole.
falls in a hole, smacks his face because he has to get
Fell
all
in a
banged
hole.
up. But he's on the way, to the river, and then I don't know why that seems to be out of order. I don't think that's supposed to be there, but it's there.
Oh, I thought it
Tim.
was just him having memories of Maureen, telling him
Oh,
where to go.
maybe it could have been. It could have been. I don't always. I take some of the screen captures like before we do the rewatch, so I don't always remember the order. But
Yeah, I think
I
she
just
was
knew
less
the
like,
next
meet
thing.
me at the red steps, and then Tim comes to the
It
red steps.
probably was. It
Yeah.
probably was. So they have made a plaque here um, for the ones that died. I kind of wondered if, and I don't know because I don't know the people that he's related to other than his son Joe Hill. I wondered if like maybe
Mm-hmm.
George King was like, or his name, yeah, his name's Stephen King. What am I thinking? I was wondering if like maybe George King was somebody. I don't know that maybe they put their name in it. Who knows? But yeah, he says something like he thinks there was a cabin or something there that was taken down. Whatever it was, they
Mm-hmm.
destroyed
He
all the
thinks he
evidence.
found a basement of a building. because he was taking
Yeah,
his boards off.
something. He found the boards. Something was there that was taken up. I still don't see why it was called the red steps, unless it's just my TV. Nothing looked red to me. I assumed they were like red stones or something, but at least at this point, it didn't look red. I don't know. Did you see
Red's
anything
a state of mind. One, it's nighttime, so who knows?
That's
Two,
true.
it could
That's
be
true.
named after somebody. It could
Yeah,
be a
maybe.
name and not necessarily a color.
I guess. I just figured something would be painted red, or the steps were like reddish,
Mm-hmm.
stone or something. I don't know. But who knows? But here, Stackhouse is looking for Sigsbee and asks Maureen where she's at, and she's like worried at first he's caught on, what she did, but he just wants to know where Sigsbee is, and she knows she's in the HVAC room, and then she's like, like dodged a bullet there, but clearly not for very long.
Yeah.
So he goes in, let's see, and gives her a look in the elevator too that kind of made me wonder, like I think it was just to make you feel like he was onto her, but I don't think he was. But yeah, she tells him that it wasn't just the AC. She thought that the AC being on the fritz was carelessness, but when maintenance fixed it, they found out that it's sabotage, because the wires were ripped there. And he said something like, if the staff was going to screw something up, there were a lot of ways they could have done it easier. And she's like, no, not a staff, a kid. And I love, he's like, who? And she's like, who do you think? Like, who's the only person that is here that's smart enough to do this, right? But he, instead of getting into that conversation, whoops, I got too much. He starts talking about Tim, saying that he does believe he is just a drifter, but they can't let it go because he says that guys like him, once they get a bone or get a hold of something, I think he says, that they won't let it go. They have to pry them away from it. So he's basically saying Tim isn't going to stop unless we do something about it.
So I have a question for you. Are we ever going to see the people that are upstairs? The upstairs? Is there an upstairs?
I assume the upstairs is Jeff Fahey. Beyond that, Fahey, however you say it. Beyond that, I don't know. I'm guessing there's probably got to be more than one person, right? But that's the only person we've ever seen. So I just kind of
is this one person on the floor by themselves, and
probably
they think there's more up there.
Well, maybe it's like Severance. Everybody's separated.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming there has to be other people, but I don't know that it's important enough to the story. We'd see more because I feel like we don't get deep into very many things. So it's just kind of like, faceless bosses that we'll probably never see, but they're scared of them, whoever. But that other guy though, Jeff Fahey, he does seem to be like the big boss, I would say, there, because they are scared of him. So yeah, they don't want to have to go to him. So they are going to try to stop Tim. And then here Tim is at the red steps, which
I'll have to look at this really closely. Maybe in the daytime it's reddish.
I guess it could be. It just I don't know. It doesn't look like it, but I guess it could be. It's hard to tell when it's dark. Sorry, she brought her in, and I'm like, okay, I'll hold her. Sure, why not? So let's see. So he gets to the river. This is like a very quick scene before it goes back to Tim again, or to Luke again. But Luke is running and he sees the bridge because he knows he has to cross the river because Maureen told him to. And the security guards there watching. So he goes in the water and keeps like ducking under and coming back up and swimming. I kind of wondered if he was like the way they kept having him go down and up, down and up. I kind of wondered if he was supposed to be reading the guy's mind to see when he turned around.
Oh. Maybe.
Because the guy kept like looking and then would turn around the other way and he dove under, and I'm like, I don't think he could have seen him that good. So I do think maybe he could read minds that far, but I don't know, because he says he's not great at reading minds yet. So I'm honestly not sure. It just, that was what I kind of thought. Yeah, that's a trick. Good thing Tony helped him practice holding his breath.
So Tony's a hero. That's what you're saying.
Yes. Tony's a hero.
No, that's true.
Funny. That is funny. Well, hey, we knew they were going to drown him, right? Jason had said during the interview. And by the way, guys, if you did miss that interview, you can restream it under our live tab. Jason Diaz, who plays Tony. But yeah, he had said originally they were going to put water in the box and drown him, but they couldn't do it safely. That actually would make that even a better joke, I think, Karen, if he was in the water. But yeah, he avoids the security guard somehow. And then meanwhile, Tim is still looking. They keep going back and forth between the two of them. And this is where he finds, I guess they're planks, like you said, maybe they're planks of a basement, planks of the floor. I don't know exactly what they were supposed to be, but they had carved in Notre Dame. So he thinks that is where the kids hung out. It makes me feel old.
I also felt it might be where the bodies were buried.
It could be, but would you really bury them under a sign like that? Then again, these people aren't super smart.
Then again, they might have had the crematorium by then, so.
Yeah, that's true. They could have cremated him. Hi, yes. She's making noise. Sorry, I don't think you can hear her, but she went, like, I'm annoyed. Let me go. He says, I want to go. You got to let me hold you until she's done. So his cell phone rings and he does talk to Wendy here, who asks him what he's found, and he kind of tells her that he thinks maybe there was a cabin that was torn down. And she tells him to come back and she'll help him figure it out. I definitely, and I know people in the chat seem to think the same thing as I did in this scene. She definitely seems so helpful. Like, it made me worry. Is she bad? Is she on their side? Because she's like, oh, we'll come back. I'll help you. So yeah, I went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So I won't tell you obviously whether she is or not, but I definitely at this moment.
Well, to me, I would want my car back so I could go to work. So I just took the practical.
Yeah, she's like, Tim, I gotta get to work. Give me my damn car back. So he's like, I'm on my way back. I don't know.
But I'm not.
Yeah. He never brings it back though, because he goes to the police station. So I guess she didn't get to work.
Yeah.
At least not with him, with their own car, I guess. But they kind of drop that and don't mention it because they want you to forget it.
He's got to get his own car, man.
I'm like, does she ever get it back? No, he goes to the police station. So he could have at least picked her up on the way, right? Luke could have waited 2 minutes. He could have picked her up.
Hopefully it's small enough town she can actually get there on foot or bike.
Yeah, maybe, or have somebody pick her up.
Yeah.
Something. So then, excuse me. Then we have, so I'm scaring her too. Then we have Maureen, who's getting ready to leave, but she's called back in because Stackhouse is looking for her. And again, she's like, oh no, they found out. And yeah, more of Luke. Like I said, it goes back and forth so many times. It's kind of annoying when you're taking pictures. But so they are having conversation. When Maureen goes into, I guess it's Sigsbee's office, she sees on the monitor that they're talking and that they found the scissors. An assassin came after them. They don't have time to give Wendy a lift. Yes, but they killed the assassin. But I guess there could be more assassins coming, probably. I just thought it was funny that she's like, I need my car. And then they kind of sort of forgot about it, or at least like wanted the audience to forget about it. Because I don't think they, like, even later on, and that's not really a spoiler to say that because that's just something dumb, but I don't think they ever mention the car or him bringing the car back. So I don't know. She gets to work somehow. But yeah, Maureen sees that they're talking about the scissors. So she automatically is like, oh shit, they figured it out as she's watching this. But Sigsbee really wants to find out who left the scissors because they found it in the back half in the yard. And at first she like says that a kid started to say that a kid could have got hurt, like she really cares. I thought that was funny. Like she's like, anybody could have found, and then she kind of is like, yeah,
could have gotten hurt.
Yeah, and then he's like, nobody's back there. They're not that they're not in a place where they could actually be using them. She might have, maybe though, when she said that, she meant they'd use them as a weapon against them. Who knows? But
I think she's just always upset somebody isn't getting killed. She just seems to be has that vibe.
Probably. But he doesn't care who it was because they were just forgotten or careless. But she's like, you got to find out who this was. And he's like, why? So you can fire them. Because he tells her, he says, you can't keep complaining there's a shortage of people working here because you keep firing everybody, which I thought was funny. But she does say that he, in the past, he wouldn't have tolerated this kind of breach, that something's going on. And she thinks that they go through this whole conversation where they're arguing again because she thinks that he's jealous, she's running the place, and he says he's not, basically. And then he starts, talking about how she's spending too much time with Hendrix just to upset her and piss her off again. But she's like, I just want to know who took the damn scissors. So she tells him to find out. And yeah, actually, it might be a little bit later that she sees him a little bit later on the video talking. I don't know. I think at this point they had figured it out, right? Who had done it. Either way, she's seen them with the scissors. She knows that they're going to figure it out. So she goes to to Sigsbee's desk, and she uses her phone, which I thought was kind of interesting. I guess she figures she's going to be killed anyway, so like her getting caught using the phone in the scheme of things isn't.
Let it ride.
But I just thought it was funny she used her phone. Like, I guess they probably don't have. Well, their cell phones are turned off. That's right, because
I guess I thought she planned this out more than this phone call makes me believe.
Yeah, apparently they have to find it because Doge won't buy a new pair of scissors. Whoops. There we go. I was gonna say I thought I clicked on it. Yeah, they don't have the budget for it apparently. But yeah, she says that she talked to this reporter before, because she says something to her like, you told me to call you if I had anything to talk about, and I do, but I'm not gonna make it. So yeah, she knows she's gonna die. She says, can you go? She says, I helped this kid escape. You're not going to believe me anyway, but can you go pick him up at the Red Steps? And this is where we find out that it is Kate that is there. Not that that was super surprising.
I wonder why she doesn't say this. We should just call the cops and I'm not going to make it. Call the cops over to the Institute.
Yeah, but she probably wonders, like, if she calls somebody, are they going to be somebody who's in on it, I would assume.
Like this journalist, perhaps?
Yeah, like her, right?
Yeah, the only journalist in town.
Yeah, you've run into a journalist probably on your own, and you would think it's safe, but yeah, in a town this small, not so much. But either way, she's like, I'm not going to make it. Go get this kid. And they do call her on the loudspeaker at this point, so they have figured it out, but they never, they don't get to her in time. So then we see Luke again running, and finally he runs into Tim. And I know you said in the chat you're afraid they were going to miss each other. That would have been awful. I would have been throwing something at the TV if that happened.
Because they always showed him going one way and him going the other. And I thought, what if they end up in different places? It's like, yeah. Oh. And then the journalist is just there and picks up Luke.
Yeah, that would have been bad. But thankfully, they did run into each other. And I think we've been waiting for this. It just took so long to get to this point, it feels like, which isn't good. Yeah, but they finally run into each other, and he's like, what's wrong? Who hurt you? He says, I'm a cop, sort of a cop. Let's see. If you had a story this big about torturing children who can read minds, would you call the Podunk Press? You should have called the New York Times. Yeah. But the only thing is, would you be able to get the New York Times to listen to you, though? I wonder, like, how do you, I don't know. Is it easy to get a hold of the New York Times? I've never tried, to be fair. Like,
I never had a, hot bit of gossip for the New York Times.
Yeah. Karen says, I think Maureen didn't make the overture. I think Kate was testing her and entrapped her. I think so too, because she says on the phone something like, you told me if I ever wanted to talk, I think is actually what she says. So yes, I do think that Kate came to her like she seemed to have come to that other woman. Maybe not for sex in this instance, like she did the other woman, but I think she came to her and was like, "Hey, I'm here if you want to talk," type of thing, and then that
Then
way she,
hit on her.
yeah, and then like the other one, yeah, she did hit on TMZ. Yep, gold child. I just don't
Yeah.
know how easy it is to do that, but yes, I do think Kate reached out first. I think that was what Stackhouse, hired her for, to do that, to avert these kind of problems. But yeah, he asks, let's see, he asks them if his parents did it, and he says no, they're dead, and he wants him
Don't,
to
don't,
look.
don't, don't you think the first words, if I was Luke, that would come out of my mouth would be like, "This place killed my parents. They kidnapped me."
Yeah,
Like real factual gut hidden stuff instead of just like,
yeah, no,
look
I
me up on the
agree.
internet. Don't look him up on the internet. Didn't you see
I'm
that
wondering if
that
it's
that
just that
that
he's
story?
scared. Yeah, I just have to assume it might be because he's scared. Because yeah, he's all he is like, "Are you with them?" And then he's like, tells him to look him up on the internet. Yeah, I
But
guess.
but
And
but I did think of what you thought about when they came to that story of like the murder suicide, but then they have another story of a double
now it
homicide.
says murder. Yeah, now it says double homicide. That's
It's
why it
very
was
confusing.
before. Yeah. Um, but yeah, he thinks that news story is necessarily going to help him. And if Tim was somebody else, he might have seen, oh, he's a murderer, and not helped him at all. So I agree with you. He should have said, the Institute kidnapped me. They killed my parents. And I think that Tim would have
Mhm.
listened just the same. But yeah, he was scared. But he does say, I think you're telling the truth, but I'm not strong enough to be sure. This is
Mhm.
where he first mentions that he can read his mind. It's easy to contact a news desk, but you're correct. They probably wouldn't believe her. Yeah. That's kind of my point. Like you see in TV shows all the time, they give jump drives to the press, but yeah, I don't know if it's easy to do so. Probably not super easy. Um, but he wants to take him to the doctor. He wants to get him help. Luke just wants to find the red steps, asks him if he knows where they are. He's like, "You're not going to believe me. I know you won't. I need to meet somebody." And he does give him his coat, uh,
Because he's a
which is amazing.
gentleman.
Yes, because he's a gentleman. Um, but Luke says the one thing he says that he listens to it is he says, "I'm supposed to be meeting someone that if Stackhouse doesn't sniff her out first, because they watch their staff, they're paranoid about leaks."
Well, it's good
So
he
as soon
dropped
as,
that name.
yeah, because as soon as he says Stackhouse, Tim's like, what, who, what are you talking about? And he's like, oh, he's the head of security. And Tim automatically is like, okay, you got to come to my car. We'll call somebody. You can tell me everything. And he does say you'd be surprised what I'd believe. Well, he believed Annie a lot of stuff that he maybe shouldn't have, or I mean, like in real life wouldn't have maybe. So yeah, he'll listen
I
to him.
still wonder if Tim doesn't have a little bit of the TP.
Yeah, I think it would be interesting if he did. I don't know that he does, but it would be interesting.
Well, a lot of people have hunches and stuff and wouldn't know they had it. They just would be like, I just get feelings.
Yeah, true, true. So we go back to the Institute.
Oh boy.
Sorry,
Oh
yeah,
no.
and hey Samuel, and yeah, they're still looking for Maureen, and Hell is waiting. She has
Ugh.
unalived herself there. Which, look, they would have tortured her, so like I get it.
Yeah, I
And
thought I thought she had a living son, but I was told she does not have a living son. So
yeah,
like,
I don't know. See, I thought in the book he was alive. They never said one way or another here, so I'm not sure.
because I thought maybe she'd keep alive for her kid, and just try the
Yeah, well, it sounds
deal with
like
being tortured or whatever.
at least from the book that she's not close to him, that she had
Yeah.
given him for adoption, I think they said. So yeah, I don't know. But she did that, and they were like, crap, this wasn't what they expected.
Crap.
But crap. They're like crap. But no, they find her, and Stackhouse says that, he tells her that she made a call, and thankfully it was to their journalist, the one that he turned. And
Because she's the only journalist in town.
she's the only journalist in town. And he tells Sigsbee that she was doing more than leaking information, that she told her she helped a kid escape. And of course, Sigbee's like, nah, that's never happened in 70 years. We're better than this. And he's like, she's delusional and doesn't believe it either. And thankfully, well, not thankfully, we want them to lose, but I mean, if they're smart, she has them do a location check on everybody, but she says she wants visual confirmation. And yeah, at first, he's kind of like, you don't need to do this. This is a waste of time. But no, she's like, we're going to go check them ourselves. Here's the picture of the all the trackers. I guess the middle thing, recovery room, that's where all the kids are in the bed. The rest of that must be back half, I guess.
Yeah, there's 28 of them. Somebody wanted to count them. There's 28 of them.
Yeah, I know. Jen had counted them earlier.
Yeah.
And these 3 are the ones in the front half, which are supposed to be Luke, George, and Avery, but obviously Luke isn't there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so they are going to check everybody, but they do appear to be there at this point, and they had to go find out. But before they can, I love how, did you notice how they just like shut the door?
Yeah, they just shut the door. That was really horrible.
They're not going to pull her down right now.
Yeah. Got other things to do.
He didn't turn to journalist. He sprang her from her prison to be his minion. See, that's where I thought you meant that she wasn't a journalist. I guess I misunderstood what you meant. She was still, I think, a journalist. I think she just got like the fake job or whatever for him, but she was a journalist. Whether she was originally a journalist, I don't know. But yeah, he did.
Well, it would make sense that they had control of the local paper, at least.
Yeah, it does make sense. So then we go back to Luke and Tim, and he's like, you can move shit with your mind. Wait, let's see. Golden Child says, how long has she worked there? Why did it take Luke to finally make her turn good? I think probably because he mentioned her son, and it got to her. Whether he's dead or not, I don't know. But yeah.
But I think people working in the back room, that was that one twitchy woman. I think it just really, weighs heavy on them what they're doing for a job.
Yeah, I think Maureen had already been kind of almost there, and it sort of pushed her over the edge. And yeah, I don't know, Karen. That's why I said we kind of seem to disagree, and I'm not sure which is right, but I do think she's a journalist now, because he doesn't say like the woman pretending to be the journalist. He says our journalist, like that's why I said whether she got a job and it was like a fake cover, or whether she actually had been working there, I don't know. But I think she is now. But it's irrelevant because she's dead, so it doesn't matter.
It's a small enough town. I mean, I don't know if you'd even need a writing degree to be the journalist in the small town on a paper. As long as you can just write a story out.
Yeah, I don't think you necessarily.
Like a squirrel ate a nut in a park today.
Yeah, true. I'm sure they're not.
I mean, I'm from a small town like this. They would often have pictures of squirrels on the front page.
Interesting stuff.
Yes.
Yes, Karen. He did get her out of prison. I'm just saying, like, I assumed that she did something and she was still a journalist and went to prison.
Maybe she got the journalist degree in jail.
Or she got a journalist degree in jail. No, or she went and got the job after she got out of jail. But either way, she's dead.
She's dead now.
I feel like we're belaboring a point that doesn't matter anymore because she's dead. So anyway, Tim is asking him about his telekinesis, and he's like, you don't believe me, I get it. And he's like, did you get that from my mind? He's like, no, I got that from your face. Like, anybody you tell that, they're gonna look at you like you're nuts. It's not very hard to figure out somebody doesn't believe you, whether you're telekinetic or psychokinetic or not. But he says he's not very good at it, and this is where I don't know exactly how strong he is. I do think he's telling the truth here, but he says he can't get words, just feelings. And he's like, I know you think that I had a break with reality or I'm schizophrenic, because I think that too. Yeah, and Tim just says, I don't know, but what I do know is that Stackhouse is real, real. The rest of it's weird. Figure it out as we go. They talk about the jump drive, and he tells her, he needs a laptop. He's going to take it to the reporter. So yeah, they're planning to get it somewhere. And then we go back to the institute, and they are doing their bed checks. And I liked how, I guess I got a picture before she smiled, but when they're
Yeah.
going and doing bed checks, Kalisha smiled, so she must
Hmm.
know that he got away. She figured it
Yeah,
out, or
she's
heard it.
locked in. She's locked
Yeah,
into the circuit.
she's safe though, but yeah, she, well, not safe, relatively safe, I
She's
guess.
so safe. Right here.
She's
Super
still
safe.
being
Under the
she's still being
blanket. So cozy.
tortured basically, but yeah, she's safe right now, that they're not going to attack her while she's in bed, I guess is what I meant. So she knows that he must have got out. And then she's like, okay, there's George. And I love
He's,
how George was passed out, because I feel like Avery being in bed and him passed out was probably on purpose, so they couldn't blame them for anything. Because I think they
it
would have
looks like
caught it.
he's on some kind of tea or soda vendor.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or are these wine coolers? Those are wine coolers?
I don't know. They could be, or he could just be sleeping. But since he's on the couch, I'm going to assume he might be passed out drunk. I don't know.
Yeah.
So Avery's asleep. So then they go back, and I find it funny too. The one person that you think escaped, like that's the last person you check, that's TV for you. They're always building the suspense. Because I'm thinking, wouldn't you run and check that first? Of course not. We got to check everybody else first. And she calls him on the radio. She's like, where is he? And they're like, he's right there. And she's like, no, he's not. And then she finds the earpiece and knows that he has ripped it off. So yeah, she is not going to be.
So no kid in 70 years has ever ripped this thing off on Planet Escape.
Yeah, which I still find hard to believe, like really hard to
those
believe.
70 years ago? Is that from 70 years ago, that technology?
It might be. But I'm still surprised nobody would have tried to rip it off by this point. But anyway, so Tim wants to clean his ear. There's like a conversation about that and it getting infected, which I appreciated, because I had been complaining about his ear.
Yeah,
I don't know. It irritates me to do things like that. Like this kid's
get
really
all infected. He's been in the river, because Tim said he's been in the gross river.
He's gonna get really, really sick from that. So he wants to fix it, but this is where he tells him, look me up, and he gets out his phone, which at this point is working, and sees, couple found dead, son missing, Mr. Deepens is so yeah, he's a person of interest. I did appreciate though that I think at this point was when he seems to believe it, because he gives them a hug, like he knows, okay, maybe they did kill this kid's
They
parent.
said they were a well-known couple too. It doesn't get any bells going.
It does say a well-known couple in their community. Yeah.
And it's just no one bothers with it.
Yeah. Well, either way, he believed that it was probably faked and that they could have done that. And he does hug them. And he says, you're still a person of interest. I still have to bring you in, though, because I'm a cop.
Yep.
He's like, really?
Just business.
Just business. And he says that, he's going to call the police chief and get help. But then the call drops. And Luke is automatically like, it's them. They know I've gone. They've known I've left. We've got to go
rogue. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, we got to go Warren Marine. And he's like, no, we got to go to, and he's like, no, if you don't want to take me, I'll take myself. And he agrees to go with him, because he does say, if I'm wrong, she won't be there. It's not going to hurt anything. But he tells him to look in his mind, and he says that Luke says that he doesn't believe everything. He knows he doesn't, but he does see that he wants to help him, or he seems to want to help him. So he's at least willing to trust him so far. And yeah, he says fair, so kind of admits, yeah, maybe not 100%, but he's gonna help him. So he's gonna try to help her find Maureen, but first he wants to clean his ear, and they're gonna head off. But we first go back, of course, to Sigsbee and Stackhouse. And this is when they're okay. First, they take care of the body, and Tony, rude Tony. Tony's like, I guess she's going up the chimney, and Stackhouse is like, as opposed to what, we're gonna bury her?
That's right. I thought you were talking about the crap from before. The crap.
Oh, whenever he said that she had crap in her pants or something. I forget what he
Yeah,
said.
she had a load.
Yeah, she had a load of hurts. Well, when people die, sometimes they do that. So
Well, most of the time.
yeah, so I think he meant literally. But yeah, they're gonna put her in the incinerator. But first, they're gonna take her to the office to hide her body for right now. And so they have a discussion. This is the first time in 70 years. They're so shocked, and they're
That's
saying
pretty
that
amazing, given the incompetence.
yeah, I still don't buy that. But yes, they're too sloppy. But they say that they're both to blame, plenty of blame to go around, and that if she says that once they find out, they're both going to end up in the chimney if they don't bring him back alive right away. And he does say to her, if we bring him back alive right away, we don't have to call. I'm assuming they mean, Jeffy. We don't have to call him if we can get him back first quick. And he says that his asset, meaning Kate, has orders not to damage him more than necessary. And he's going to send somebody to back her up. And Sigsbee wants to do it herself. He kind of argues with her a little bit, because she hasn't been in the field in a while, but she says she can do it. And she wants
to kill someone.
She wants to kill someone. Yeah, you're probably right. But she also says she wants him there in case they have something else planned. I wish they had. I would have liked the kids to have attacked him or something, just because that would have been funny.
I think that's common. I think they might be doing that hive mind thing eventually.
Yeah, they could still be, I guess.
Figure that out, not doing it for somebody else to assassinate somebody, but doing it for themselves to fight the power.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah, that's kind of where my mind went to too.
Yeah.
I think at a certain point they're going to work together, and they're going to
especially maybe if Luke gets his TP up and actually can talk to people at the Institute,
Yeah.
The kids.
Yeah, he needs to get stronger. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Right now, we don't know how far he can use it. Like I said, I thought that he maybe was reading that guy's mind on the bridge, but I really don't know if he could. I got the opinion they were trying to tell us that, but it was hard to tell the way they did the scene. So,
or he was just lucky,
or he's just lucky, or he was paying attention, or he held his breath really long. I don't know.
That guy doesn't really care that much.
Yeah. Let's see. Karen says, I believe in the book Kate is a legitimate journalist investigating the Institute. For the show, they must have combined her with another character. They very well might have.
Isn't that what Jason Diaz was saying about Tony too? That they had combined Tony with another character in the book?
Yeah, they rearrange things when it comes from a book. I got to take 2 in 1 second. My hand's hurting. Sorry.
That's fine.
That's why when you have a sore mouth, and because my mouth is still not healed. I don't know why my mouth isn't healed. But it's like when you have a sore mouth and a sore head, talking for hours is not really conducive to making you feel better.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, but I'm slogging through. I'm doing it. So yeah, I lost where it was. So yeah, she is going to go out, and she is going to try to see if she can get him. And probably wants to kill him, but she does say they have to bring him back alive, so she wouldn't be able to do that. So meanwhile, Tim and Luke make their way to the red steps, and here we can see it now. It's not
Let's
red.
try to look for red.
There's a red sign. That's as much as red.
I mean, those are leaves, not mushrooms. I thought there was mushrooms on the hill, but they're leaves. Nothing red though.
Yeah, there's one red leaf and one red sign.
Yeah,
I really don't know.
Reddish. Sometimes cliffs can be reddish from the sedimentary rock, but not here.
Those rocks don't look red. But to be fair, they probably found a place that the location worked, and probably didn't worry about being red. But they could have they can spray paint or something. Wouldn't have been that difficult. Just saying. But I'm getting.
They're named after a guy named Red, and there we go. That's done.
I said I'm getting too hung up on the details. He tells Luke to wait there while he's going to go, figure out what's going on. He's going to go scope it out. He's like, if I don't come back, that's that discussion that these characters always have in a story. If I don't come back, you have to do this. He says, go to Chief John Ashworth, because he does believe that he will take care of it and that he's good. And I think that I don't know if this is, no, that's a little bit later. Never mind. I was going to say when he talks about the chief, but that's later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
unsurprisingly, Luke, because he's a kid, he doesn't listen and he follows him instead of staying back safe, which probably would have been the smartest, course of action. But
Yeah, but then Tim would have been dead.
true. So Tim's like, Maureen, when he sees somebody, he doesn't realize at first it's her, and he's like calls out for Maureen, which
Whoops.
gave him away. Yeah, whoops, it gave him away. And then she's like, they talk a bit because he did mate her before. And she's like, oh, you said you were looking for Maureen. Maureen sent me to find the boy. And he tries to play stupid. What boy? And she's like, I just told you. That conversation was funny, I thought, because that was kind of weird. But she says, hey, she called me. She helped the kid escape. She wanted me to pick him up, help him blow the whistle. And yeah, whenever this happens, Luke pops out and, she says, did she tell you that she wanted me to help her? And Luke says she did tell him that because she did. I mean, that whole conversation about her calling, Kate, she really did. So she wasn't lying, and that's why he believed it and popped out. But then right away, he's like, now you're hiding something. You're shielding something. And the fact that he even used the term shielding and she doesn't seem super surprised, like, what's shielding would have been my response, right?
That was another giveaway.
Yeah, I know. And he's like, you were telling the truth about Maureen, but something's changed. And then her phone rings. Now, we were discussing this in the chat. I don't think you had shown up yet at this point when we were talking about this, but they turned the phones off. The Institute did. They put out a blocker, whatever, so they couldn't use the phones. And her phone works, and that's why they suspect that she's bad because her phone's working, or that she works for the Institute. But to be fair, like, you can't block one phone. If they sent out a signal to block phones, her phone would have been blocked too. So either it's a sat phone, in which case, why did they say your phone works and we're so surprised about it? Or they made a boo-boo because, yeah, her phone couldn't be working and Luke's be not working. It just doesn't make sense.
But maybe the luck of the draw, just being in the woods with a iffy, Wi-Fi.
Yeah, so, well, either way, yeah, maybe she's on their Wi-Fi network. That makes sense.
It's Wi-Fi.
That makes him, yeah. They got Wi-Fi now. Their phones don't work in the Institute either. We know that. But that's how they kind of question that she's legit. And then this is where Luke hears her talking or thinking, about Stackhouse, because she knows Stackhouse. She's one of them. She's probably thinking, is that who's calling? I'm guessing. Yeah. Let's see. Stackhouse did not tell Kate she's dealing with a mind reader. I don't know. Not. Maybe not. I kind of feel like he would have had to have. But then again, if she was shielding, yes. Yeah. As I assume that a normal person wouldn't shield. So if she was shielding, she knew when she was trying to block it, I would say. I think you can jam only one phone, but they would have to know Tim's number, I think. See, I don't know. I am thinking, like, on TV, usually they jam a signal. It's kind of like when they send out like an e-pulse or something. I think they just jam everybody's. I thought, but I don't know. I'm going by TV, so whether that's accurate or not is kind of up for debate because I don't know. But the point was, they knew that since she had a working phone, she must be bad. That was what the point was. But yeah, they know that she's not on the level. So she pulls out a gun. She's like, okay, this isn't working. We're gonna.
Yeah, it didn't take too long.
Yeah, we're gonna do it a different way. I'm done. So she pulls the gun out, and she's like, wrong place, wrong time. And Luke looks up to the tree branch, and he thinks about it, and he smashes the tree branch down, which he had to be pretty strong at this point with TK to do that, I would think. But gravity did do the most of it, so I can buy it. But it distracts her.
It almost got there.
It almost got there. It distracts her enough that Tim can knock her gun out. If they control these people in town, they can control the phone company. That's a good point. They probably could. But yeah, I think they would have to know. If they were going to control it through the phone company, I think they would have to know her number. Or his number, I mean. I don't know. I assume it's just like a that blocks all the signals. Like a signal jammer. That's what they call it, a signal jammer.
Yeah.
That's what it is. assumed, unless it's a sat phone. A sat phone would probably work. So Tim knocks the gun out of her hand, and she slips and falls, hits her head on the rock.
Now the steps are red.
Yeah, yes, you're right. Now the steps are red. Maybe
There's
that's
the
why
red
they call them the
stuff,
red
yeah.
steps. They died there.
Right with the
And
blood
there
of its
she is
victims.
floating. That was like such an easy death, though, wasn't it? Like they killed her way
Yeah.
too easy. I kind of would
I
have
thought
liked
there'd
to
be
have
a little bit more suspense, drawn out a little bit more.
a little bit more suspense, maybe a fight, because he seems to feel guilty. Because later he's like, somebody died. Yes, somebody died, but she tripped and fell. You didn't do anything. It wasn't like it was your fault, you know.
Oh,
You
I thought
didn't
he
fight.
was just saying that it was his duty to like put in an investigation on it because he's a cop or was a cop or night
Yeah.
knocker.
Yeah, no, I'm sure you're partially right that I mean, I'm sure that is partially
His
why.
personal responsibility.
Yeah, but
100%.
he seemed like, I don't know, at one point to me he seemed kind of like he didn't like that he killed somebody. I got that
Oh.
opinion. But but it doesn't matter because like he didn't really do anything. She slipped. It wasn't like it was intentional. So to me it wasn't a big deal,
Well, either
but
way,
yeah,
they gotta get out of Dodge, so just no
they
time to
do.
think about it.
They do. And there's yeah, that's why, like Karen said, there's assassins after them. They don't have time to go back and get poor Wendy.
Yeah, they don't have no time.
But he does say something like, why'd they only send one person after me? Which is a good point, and I thought was funny. But he says that, you know, they probably got to Maureen, so he assumes that she's dead or kidnapped, and you know, he's gonna give up. But Tim does ask him about the tree, and he admits he did it. And then there they are looking down, and then they're in the car. Oops, too far. They're in the car.
This is when he has the best idea ever, right? Like to go to a
He's
bigger
like, let's
city
go to a big city with a big TV station.
and an FBI unit.
Yes, and this is where Tim
FBI
says,
brand.
somebody died, we have to go to the police. And he's like, she shot at you. Like, dude, you didn't do anything. She shot at you. But he does tell him, you know, I think there's bad people like within the police department. You can't trust them. And he says something like, you trusted Kate for no reason. And he says, oh, I only met her once. You know, the chief he met a few times. He's only known him for like a week, but he knows him really well. And he thinks he's solid.
Yes.
He's safe. And he's like, look into my mind. And Luke, of course, which is the truth and smart's like, it doesn't help me because looking into your mind only tells me if you believe it. It doesn't tell me if that guy's trustworthy. But he says something like, are you ready to die on that hill? Because I hope you're right, because if not, we both die on that hill. I like that joke. I don't know. Or not that joke. I mean that line. That wasn't a joke. I like
yeah, that's a good line.
Yes. All right. So then Sigsbee and I don't know, that other guy, whoever he is, are told that they found
Henchman one.
Yeah, henchman. They found the asset's vehicle and they haven't found a sign of her yet. But as they go over, she finds her phone on the ground with the blood and she assumes she's dead, which I don't think, does she even see her floating or does she just assume she's dead? Because she just picks up the phone.
Yeah, they didn't have another shot of her. You think they would have taken the phone? I guess.
Well, she used the phone to call Stackhouse, but yes, I would think that Luke and I remember thinking that Luke and Tim should have taken the phone. That was dumb, but the phone was probably tracked. But they could have at least picked it up and used it to call for help. I mean, why not be like, even if Tim wants to report it, why not just pick it up, dial 911 and say somebody fell in the water? Like they could have done something, right?
Or just smash it.
Or smash it, that too.
Use it.
Yeah, but she picks up the phone. She calls Stackhouse. She's like, your reporter wasn't up to it after all. Yeah, didn't work out. Your plan didn't work is basically what she's saying because she's sort of being pissy about it. So Stackhouse goes to talk to Hendricks, and he basically is trying to get him on his side because he is going to start trying to blame Sigsbee. He just doesn't want his head on the block. He doesn't care what happens to Sigsbee, and I guess he thinks if I get this guy to back me up, then it'll be okay. So, because he doesn't want anything to do with it at first. He's like, you know, we have nobody left to do the job. No conveyor belt. He says, no conveyor belt, no replacing conductors. Every keyhole brings us one step closer to the end. Now, we were starting to discuss this in the chat, but then we ran out of time. What does everybody think the keyhole is. I assumed the keyhole was like them performing or not performing whatever it is they're doing, the task that they have. But I know Jen, I think it was,
like the kid that's doing the assassinations is the
yeah, I thought
keyhole?
that the person was the keyhole.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I would
didn't
take
think it
that.
was the person. Okay, see, I didn't think that, but I don't know why. Because they said that the one's the conductor. I assumed the keyhole was like, well, maybe a person, but I don't know, something to do with like getting the job done. You know what I mean? Like putting the key in the hole, threading the needle, like that kind
Yeah,
of thing.
well, yeah, but I think when Iris first did the
She was the
when she was
conductor.
yeah, but it also looked like she was looking through a keyhole at first. Like the image was kind of a little like
Oh,
more to the side and smaller, and then it branched out bigger.
oh yeah, maybe that's like how they connect with the people into their minds. I don't
Yeah.
know, but he
Because
does
I
say
mean, the
every
person from the institute could be the conductor, and the kids could be the keyholes.
true. Well, they said the kid's the conductor, or at least they said Iris was.
Oh,
Doesn't mean
okay,
she was. What they said.
okay.
Maybe each person they kill or each task is a keyhole in the lock as their ultimate result. Yeah, so that's sort of more.
Because I thought they were talking numbers of keyholes. Like we only have so many keyholes left. That's why I thought they were the kids that they could burn
No,
through.
what he says is we have 2 kids left in the front half. We
Hmm.
if what happens when we run out, we have no more conveyor belt, which I assume is getting more kids. We're
Yeah.
replacing conductors. Every keyhole brings us one step closer to the end. So yeah, I thought like it meant like every time we do it, we get closer to being done, or every time we don't do it, we get closer to not getting where we want. I don't know. That was just kind of my thoughts.
Or we
Jen
die if we don't do it.
Yeah, Jen says, I thought the keyhole was the job assignment mission, but then after this episode, I thought it might be Iris. Yeah, well, if it is Iris, then either they're confusing or they lied because they said she was the conductor. I do remember that.
Mm.
But that doesn't mean they're telling the truth. I don't
I
know.
mean, it
I think
makes
it's
sense because she was in front of them conducting.
yeah. Or the 13th kid. Yeah, maybe she's one of the other ones we haven't seen. Are there the other one of the ones we
Maybe the
haven't seen?
keyholes
I
are
don't
the
know.
batteries, the battery kids.
I don't know. I just know right here he says that every keyhole brings us closer to the end. I don't know what that means, but that's what he says. And Stackhouse just tells him these are long view problems, is what he calls them. And he's like, well, depends how long how you define long. And he's like, dude, anything that doesn't relate to us surviving this day is a long view problem. So like, deal with that
Mm.
later. That's basically what he's saying. And he's saying, Sigsbee's going to throw us under the bus because the powers that be, they're either going to, because he says it's not about security after what happened with Harry and the twins. He's like, they're going to replace management, and like either you replace the person at the top or you replace everybody else. So he's like saying, if you back me up, we'll get her to be the one that'll be replaced and she do the same thing, is basically what he's saying. The 13 kid is the kid standing, Iris in the last episode. That's what Jen says. I don't know. I didn't count the kids. I probably should have. Like I said, they called her the conductor, but again, that doesn't mean that they weren't lying and just calling her that. I don't know. I just remember they did. Beyond that, I don't know. But yeah, he tells Hendrix she would do the same thing to you. We have to save ourselves. Plus if I'm in charge, meaning and she's dead, I guess. He says, no one's could snitch. There's nobody here. Hi, Bill. Welcome. The conductor changes each time. Yes, the conductor is the one that leads them through. See, that's why I kind of figured like the conductor leads them through the keyhole or something. Like it's probably what I would say, but I don't know. I'm guessing. I don't know how important the terminology is. I guess we'll find out. If it is. It might not be. I think it's just probably something that's in the book they're trying to put in there. But yeah, he wants him to back him and follow his lead so that they can get rid of Sigsbee rather than them, or rather than him. He doesn't care what happens to Hendrix, but that's the plan. So then at the station, we go to them coming in. He's brought in Luke to talk to the police chief, and Norbert, for some reason that we don't know, they never explain why he's there hanging out, but yeah, he's there listening. And he's like, oh, you need medical help, I'll go. And instead he calls somebody. So I don't know, did they say who he called or just show him making a call? I can't remember.
They show him talking on the phone later.
Yeah, but they don't tell who he called, do they? Or did they like show his conversation? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, at the very end, he's talking on the
Okay.
phone.
Okay.
You
I
don't
couldn't
see
remember.
him dial a phone number. You just see him talking to somebody on the
Right.
phone.
But I mean, it definitely said that he was bad or heavily implied that he was bad. I just meant I didn't know if
Yes.
they shared the conversation. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we don't know why, but he's letting them know he's there. Actually, come to think of it, I think that's what he said is that he's here. So he called somebody. Yeah, so he is in on it, unfortunately. But supposedly, the police chief here isn't. So they're going to get him to look at this jump drive so that they can stop what's going on. And he asked Luke what's on it. Luke doesn't even know, just that Maureen gave it to him. So he's going to put it in, and we're going to hope that he's a good guy. And they are going to watch what the video, what's the on it. What
And then
video's on it?
they had that really weird musical swell at the end. It sounded like a creature. It sounded like an alien creature. It was like it's like really weird
Yeah.
noise. It sounded like
Yeah, I
alien.
wonder if that's just supposed to build suspense. I don't know.
It was a very odd sound choice.
Yeah. Oh, okay. He said I have it in the notes. Norbert said I have eyes on the boy. So yeah, they did have him saying
He was outside talking into the phone.
Yeah, he was outside.
But you
And
don't see him make a phone call.
Yeah, I don't know that Luke could have listened that far away though. Somebody had asked that earlier. I don't
The
think that Luke,
TV, he could listen outside
Yeah.
with his TV and catch that.
I tend to think not, but I don't know. I could be wrong. But yeah, so they're going to watch the video.
Whatever disgusting things on that video.
Whatever's on it, they're going to look at it and hopefully.
I mean, at the very least, it's child abuse.
Yeah, at the very least, it's some kind of proof.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess that's just the main thing is we're kind of left wondering, is the police chief in on it or not?
Mm-hmm.
And I have to hope not, because like I said earlier, I don't think, like, they can't have everybody be in on it,
Yeah.
I already had Norbert.
Yeah, you said it was like The Following, which I've never seen.
Yeah,
because I mean, if you make everybody it, then there's no suspense because everyone's it.
Yeah. Well, that's what they pretty much did on The Following, and it was very
good.
Yeah. But yeah, there can't be that many people. I mean, I still at this point was not sure one way or another about Wendy. Yeah. But yeah, the police chief, I don't know. I would hope not. I would think that would be dumb if he was, but whether he is or not, I don't know. We'll have to see. What do you guys think?
Depends if she gets there and she's like upset that he had her car, or she just goes in and says that's okay. It was all part of the plan.
Yeah, or they just never mention it again because it's sloppy writing, which is probably more likely.
Well, I think she might be just angry. I think she might have an angry scene of like having to hitch a ride or walk down there or, take a horse.
Yeah, well, he did have a reason he wasn't bringing it back, but I feel like he should have at least been to his boss. Hey, by the way, I have Wendy's car. Don't blame her. I took her car. She'll be here later. I'll go get her. I don't know, something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think in the chat, do you think the police chief's bad? Do you think Wednesday's bad? Do you think somebody else is bad? I don't know. Who do you trust? Who do you not trust? I'm curious what y'all think. And yeah. All right. Well, we went really quick. Sorry, I went through it really quick.
Well, it's really quick because there's just a lot of action involved, like a lot of dialogue.
Yeah, it's like sometimes the action makes it go quicker because there's not a lot to dissect.
Because a lot of Luke's story was like looking at the bridge, getting across the water, going under the water, coming back up out of the water, walking out of the water, walking under the fence, getting under the fence. That's out of order. But I mean, a lot of scenes like that.
I know what you mean. But there's not, when it's action, there isn't as much that you can dissect. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Kimberly says she's questioning Wendy. I think the police chief is neutral. That's fair. Jen says, I don't trust her, but she's falling for him too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's definitely falling for Tim, I would say. I don't know that it's necessary, but it's in there. But yeah,
It's
I
always necessary when it's Ben Barnes.
yeah, we all would be. No, I think like what I thought is I thought the police chief was not, was not bad, or at least was, like
Mhm.
you said, neutral. Like he was not gonna take sides until he saw it. And yeah, I'm kind of where Kimberly is. I was like, I don't know, because I went back and forth so many times on Wendy. I finally was just like, I'm just gonna wait and see because I
Mhm.
couldn't make up my mind.
Well, she didn't go with him, so that's kind of
Yeah.
on the
But
side
she's
of the
also
bad.
kind of like this crazy guy's going out in the middle of the night to look for clues that probably aren't there. So it
Mhm.
might just be she's smart, not that, and she wants
True.
sleep.
Yeah.
And she had to work in the morning. She's not like me
Yeah,
that she
she had to
stays up
work.
all night for some reason. He's Ben Barnes. You can be evil and still recognize a hot man when you see one. I agree, Karen. I agree.
He could make an evil woman a good woman,
Maybe,
through his
maybe.
powers.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I thought their whatever it is was cute, but I don't know that we really have time in this story to have a
Yeah,
relationship, and there's no time to get enough about it that I feel like it's just kind of extraneous fluff that doesn't need to be there.
because there's only 8 episodes, right?
Mhm. I
So
don't know
that's
that it
quick.
bothered me as much as it bothered Karen,
Yeah,
but yeah, I don't know that it's necessary at all. But I guess they were together in
totally.
the book. So in the book, there's a romance. So they stuck something in, I guess.
We can have at
But
least one scene with his shirt off.
yeah, yeah, they had to have at least the shirtless scene with Ben Barnes, right?
Yeah.
But she wasn't with him, so I'm not sure that really
No, I need
helped.
another one with her.
Yeah, yeah,
Even
I
if they're
do
just
have.
talking, he just takes his shirt off during
Yeah, it
whatever
doesn't
reason.
matter. Anytime, we won't complain.
And then she falls for him, because of course you
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
She can,
So
and if she's bad, he converts her to being good.
it has been known to happen on TV, that's for sure. All right. Well, do we have any more anything else from the episode? I think like I said, we went pretty fast, but it was pretty fast moving, and it wasn't. I mean, we didn't see really any of the other kids hardly, except for
Hmm.
like a fraction of a second.
When they were sleeping,
So there's nothing to discuss with that.
and they pay
Um,
those actors anything.
yeah, yeah, they probably didn't for this. Um, I think there's a lot this episode, in my opinion, says about how inept these people are in their place.
Hmm.
And the fact that nobody has tried to escape in 70 years, I think, is pure dumb luck,
Hmm.
um, or a lie, one or the other.
Hmm.
Maybe they hid the fact that somebody tried to escape because they want people to think it's impossible. Nobody ever got out
Or,
of
or
here.
or maybe Annie escaped, but she was too
Maybe,
far gone, so she just wandered the streets, and they're like, "That's fine."
yeah, we really don't know about Annie. I don't know that there. I just wonder, do we have enough episodes to really delve into that? But I
Well,
think that if they
you got
just
like
said,
one episode for a fight, like the penultimate, and then the conclusion episode,
yeah, I guess it depends.
or the build up
But
to the fight.
yeah, but I feel like if they had just said to the kids that nobody broke out in 70 years, I would say they could be lying so they don't
Hmm.
try it. But the
Yeah.
fact that they're saying it to each other makes me think it's true. And
Hmm.
it makes me think that they're just, like I said, it's just dumb luck because I can't see no kid ever trying to escape. I mean, yeah, I get they're terrified, but there has to have been somebody that tried. Like it just seems really implausible.
Hmm.
And they are not good enough at their jobs to have stopped them. But I don't know. That might just be sloppy writing. But
Yeah, they gotta have
yeah,
like a episode where Luke gets a hold of like at least Avery, you know, or they put their heads together somehow, and then there's the reveal, the big bad, whatever it is, whoever's saving the world,
yeah, yeah. I
saving the
definitely
world
think
from
that they're
something,
gonna have
saving
to.
it from something good, something bad.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna have to work together. Um, yeah, I don't know. Other than some kind of showdown, I don't
Yeah.
I don't know that I had any specific theories. I figured they're going to watch whatever's on that jump drive. That was my other. I don't
Yeah.
know what else do you think is going to
Do you
happen
think
in
that's
20.
something from the back half, or just a little montage of really bad, horrible abuses, or just
I,
one
I mean,
long
I don't
drawn
know.
out?
It's something Maureen had, so she knew everything. I mean, she knew where
Mm-hmm.
they buried the bodies, so to speak,
Mm-hmm.
and where they burnt them for real. So, um, I think it's something damning, but I don't know. But
Yeah.
like I said, yeah, I think that there's going to be some kind of showdown, probably in the last episode, and I think
Yeah.
that they are going to work together. I do think that makes sense, but
Mm-hmm.
beyond that, I don't know. At this point, I was just kind of like hoping that people believed him. Because even
Mm-hmm.
if the police chief isn't bad, like whether he's
Yeah.
bad or good, that doesn't mean he'll believe it. He could like
Mm-hmm.
totally be like, this is bullshit. Like a lot of the people could be if they don't believe in that kind of stuff.
But
But
they have to have
oh,
somebody believe him because there's only 2 episodes left, and they gotta start moving the plot
true,
forward.
true.
They
But
can't
we
be
also have
this. What a twist! And what a twist! And what a twist! They've got two
true, true.
hours.
But I was gonna say we do know that Wendy seems to believe something's going on. So at least there's
Yeah.
somebody. But yeah, I think there's gonna be some kind of big fight and
Mm-hmm.
showdown between the kids and the adults, and
Mm-hmm.
hopefully the kids will win. And yeah, I don't know. It sounds like the ratings for it as streaming have been okay. It just
Mm-hmm.
didn't get a lot of great reviews necessarily. Like
Mm-hmm.
it got like kind of average reviews, I guess, because I was looking
Yeah.
yesterday. But
Uh-huh.
the ratings for its streaming right now, it's supposedly, according to the site I found, said that it was number one in streaming right now on MGM. Not that
Mm-hmm.
they have much content, but it wouldn't be.
Mm-hmm. I heard
But
it was pretty high up in just sci-fi streaming in general.
well, that's cool. So,
So
I mean, is there a possibility that they could renew it and maybe Stephen King has more story planned? I
I
don't
don't
know.
know because I
I
don't know how it ends.
Yeah, I mean, I tend to think, and I haven't read the book, but I'm guessing that season one is the book. But that doesn't mean they can't go beyond that. I mean, they have done that in shows. We know
Well,
they have.
yeah, I guess I could change the ending if everyone dies.
Or they could change the ending. I know I had
I mean,
questioned
one of the
with like
kids dies
Revival, how are they
saving
going to
like
do this?
humanity or whatever.
Yeah,
It's like,
yes, unless they all
well, they
die.
didn't
Maybe they all
die in vain.
yeah, they all die. The end. No.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
but yeah, that's kind of like I said the same thing with Revival. Like you have to, if you're going to have another season, you need to do something different,
Mm-hmm.
possibly to make room to grow. I don't know. Like it could go over either way. And I really think if he's working on the show, it's a possibility that
Mm-hmm.
he could, be working on another script. I don't know. I think it really depends on how much MGM wants to bring it
Mm-hmm.
back and how good in the end it does
I
ratings
would
wise.
feel like they would almost have to take it to another institute in order for it to make sense. Because they said there
Maybe.
were institutes all over the place. Because if this one falls, then they're going to have, they can't, I don't know how far that plot could go. But if they started at a different one with different kids or a different situation, it could be interesting.
Yeah, I definitely think there has to be more of them. Golden Child says, I would rather see a precursor series leading up,
Mm.
excuse me, to the current show.
Mm-hmm. Like
Karen
one of
said,
the 1950s.
yeah, Karen says, I'm not interested in a second season that goes beyond the source material. Milking IP for money usually results in bad TV. Maybe, but I mean, I don't know. I think sometimes they can do a good job. I think it depends, and it
Oh.
depends if he's the one working on. And I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying write the screenplay. I know we had this discussion, but if he's at least working on writing the story that season two could be based on, then I think it could work. I mean, like I said, look at Revival. I mean, you've read the comic, Karen. I think have you read the whole comic? I don't know if she's read the whole comic, but it seemed to me, knowing what I accidentally found out about the comic, they kind of had to rewrite the ending, or there'd be no story left. They had to do something to make it
Mm-hmm.
work,
Yeah.
and they, I think, did. I like the way it ends, and I think that yeah, I think that there's a possibility that they could do something with it. But I think it really depends on how much money they make, how good it does in streaming, and how much fans want it. I mean, I haven't heard lots of buzz about it, but like you said, I think it's doing good in streaming. But is it
Mm-hmm.
doing good enough to get a second season? I don't know. I mean, MGM doesn't have tons of shows, but
Mm-hmm.
they're doing great. But at the same time, they're also part of Amazon. So
Mm-hmm.
do they necessarily need to? I don't know. We
Yeah.
talked about it yesterday. I still kind of wonder if after a while, maybe Prime is going to, you know, eat whatever you want to call it, like
Yeah.
become MGM, like, because MGM is part of Amazon. I mean, it's the whole same umbrella. So there could end up being no MGM Plus pretty soon. It could all become Amazon. There's no way to know that, but we know that that's been happening lately with a lot of different things, like Disney wanting to take Hulu. Like it could
Save
be
me $6 a month anyway.
like what?
Save me $6 a month on top of my regular Prime.
Well, it depends. Usually when they add channels, then they think, well, now we can charge them more money.
Yeah.
That's what they
I
tend to do.
still like the prequel idea. I like to see the Institute when it was brand new, like in the 50s, and everything worked.
Yeah, that would be cool. I could
And
see
what
that.
what they had to do, what they were fighting against.
Yeah, that would be
Probably
cool.
communism.
Or maybe if
or
we keep
aliens.
saying
It's
maybe
aliens.
aliens.
Is it aliens?
We keep saying like maybe Annie's involved. Like you could have like a prequel series all based around her.
Maybe it's Area 51. Like they had to protect Area 51 from alien attack. We're aliens.
Well, that's the thing. We don't know if the stuff they're doing is good or bad. We know that these people are bad, but we don't know if what they're doing is for the greater good or they're just trying to make money. Or I mean, it makes it sound like they just want to make money off these kids.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Plus,
see
the child abuse doesn't help their case.
It doesn't. I don't see why Stephen King would do that. He ended the story the way he wanted to end it. If there was more, he would have written another 200 pages. Unless he's like, I don't know what that is. Is that Game of Thrones? I don't know. And becomes involved, enthralled with TV development and stops writing novels. I don't know. I don't know. The truth is, he could have planned, for all we know, and I'm just playing devil's advocate.
George R.R. Martin, that's what she's saying.
Oh, George R.R. Martin. Okay. I'm just playing devil's advocate, but for all we know, he could have been planning a second book and they optioned a second season and nobody knows about it because they haven't announced it. I'm just saying, like, there's really no way, in my opinion.
He writes stories from the Institute, which are just a bunch of different stories from all the different Institute areas.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I tend to think because it hasn't been getting like huge, like you don't hear about it in the news. So I would tend to think it's probably not, but
a lot of Stephen King things run as miniseries too, like a kind of a one-off thing.
They do, which I think is, in all honesty, is probably what this is. I mean, I would be surprised if they made a second season. I would be pleasantly surprised, but I would be surprised. I think that, yeah, I kind of like agree with what Karen's saying. Like, I think that if he was going to, there probably would have already been a book, or we would have heard about that already. And
and I haven't read the book. I mean, if everything just ends up in ashes or apocalypse or something, then there would be no more second book.
No. The only thing I can think is unless there's like a spin-off series that's like a different part of his universe that it jumps into. And I don't know what, even having seen it, I don't know enough about King to know. But I mean, like, it could end in a way maybe that connects it to something else. Yeah, he does have other stuff, so that's true. Tales from the Institute.
Yes, exactly.
But Carrie says
like an anthology series.
Yeah. I honestly don't know. I think it's probably not coming back.
What are the movies?
I was going to say the TV show Welcome to Derry, but that's a TV show, not a movie. She might mean that as one of them, I'm guessing. And isn't there a Dark Tower series coming out too? So maybe she meant two series. I don't know. Yeah, I don't follow Stephen King, so that close. So I don't know. Not a horror person.
Yeah.
Remake of The Running Man and The Long Walk. Oh, I seen a trailer for The Running Man in Fantastic Four. It looked okay. I never saw the original. The
original one's so good. You gotta watch the original.
I know. I was gonna say. I know. I've heard a lot of people really like the original. Good. The new one seemed. I don't know. Like it could be good. I have a feeling that it's, unless the first one is really futuristic, I think it's probably different because it seemed like it was made to take place with technology in our time. So but I don't know. I just saw a preview. It sounded
Well, it's
like it
written
could
a
be
while back, so it's gonna look futuristic when they made
right,
it.
right. No, but I mean, like,
That kind of
was the
cyberpunk kind of feel.
okay? So it was supposed to take place in the future. Okay, well then it's probably just now it takes place more closer to our time, I guess, because it has like like drones and
Mm,
like technology like we have and things of people being able to see
yeah.
where they're at, that kind of thing. At least it looks like it from the preview. It looked good,
Maybe like
but
Squid Game.
yeah, well, I don't know. I haven't seen Squid Game. But I mean, did it look like something, oh, I have to see that? No, not necessarily. But again, I'm not really a Stephen King person. I'm not a horror person. So, but I mean, it looked good.
I didn't really find the Running Man real horrific. More just like a thriller. A thriller.
True. Yeah, not all Stephen King stuff is scary. I'm just saying I tend to not
Mm,
like Stephen King for that reason. I tend to not watch Stephen King for that reason or read it.
mm.
Like, I don't know. I've actually, as much as I say that, I've seen a lot of Stephen King.
Yeah, I mean, he
I
had
may
a
not look
moment in
for
the
it,
80s
but
when
I
he
end up
was all over the
watching it.
place. Well, I mean, 80s and 90s.
Yeah, I mean, I've actually seen quite a few Stephen King like
Yeah.
miniseries and stuff, but I don't look for it, I guess is what I'm saying. Like I generally don't look to
Hmm.
for that kind of stuff. But I mean, that doesn't mean it won't be good. I'm sure it probably will be good. Um, but there's a lot of other stuff I probably would watch before that. Like maybe watch the original before I tried to do that. I don't know.
Mm.
All I know is
I
I
would
did not
watch
love
it.
Fantastic Four.
Definitely would. It has a vibe that I enjoy. It has Richard
That's cool.
Dawson for Family Feud in it as the host of the Running Man game in the movie.
Oh, the original. I was gonna say he's dead. You meant of the original. Never mind. I thought you
They
meant the
rest
new one. I'm like, no, it doesn't. Not in the new one. No. It's
They got
got
permission from the state and they de-aged it.
yeah, no, it's got what the hell's his name? Coleman Domingo is the MC in the new one. At least I'm assuming from what I saw in the trailer.
I don't know who that is.
From Fear the Walking Dead. It's not really
Okay.
about future or tech, it's about violence as entertainment. Yeah, I
Yeah.
see.
That's why it has that feel. It has that kind of cyberpunk feel. At least the
Yeah.
one that came out before. I don't know if I like a newer version based in now. I like kind of that futuristic cyberpunk kind of
Well,
feel.
yeah, it looked kind of futuristic, but it looked more like closer to our time. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it had drones following them around so they could track like people were watching them and tracking, but I mean some of
Mhm.
that stuff we have now. So
As
it
long
didn't
as it
look
isn't a War of the Worlds situation where they're
I don't
just just looking
but
on screens the whole time.
no, but then again, I don't know because I haven't seen the original. I mean, it looked good, and it might be more futuristic than I thought it looked in the
We should
preview.
do a
Maybe
watch party and just watch it.
well,
I'd watch
it's
it.
not out. Oh, the original? We could
Oh
the
yeah.
original, not the new one, obviously yet.
Well, I'm not gonna watch the new one.
No, that'd be cool. Yeah, if we have time some point sometime. I don't know. Like I said, I just know I didn't love Fantastic Four. That was
Uh oh.
my main thing from the night.
Wasn't that supposed to be set in the 50s?
Wasn't it what?
Wasn't there Fantastic Four? It looked like it had a 50s vibe, at least in the
Yeah,
commercials.
it was made to be sort of a period piece in an alternate Earth.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Like I like that vibe. I mean, I think the vibe
Yeah.
is cool. It kind of reminded me of Hello Tomorrow, like the kind of
Mm-hmm.
future that was in a
Gonna
different
say
like a
like
future that's past.
WandaVision, like
Yeah,
WandaVision.
kind of. But I don't know. I just for a Marvel movie, I thought it could have been better. I just didn't love it. I mean, I didn't hate it. It was good. It was okay. It just wasn't. I
Yeah.
expected more. But it had Pedro Pascal, so it
Yeah.
wasn't bad. It just wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I think my main thing was I guess they didn't want to do another origin movie, so they just kind of said, "This is what happened in the past few years," and I felt like coming into a movie like when you come in and you watch the sequel and you miss the original. Like that's what
Oh
it felt
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and I know that was intentional, and they didn't want to do it, and I guess we really didn't need to see it again. But I kind of feel like thought we were watching a movie where they were going to tell how they got their powers, not what happened after. So I don't know. I just
Mm-hmm.
didn't love it. Okay, Golden Child said the War of the Worlds movie was supposed to be bad. Yeah, I don't think it
Oh,
did.
you just gotta watch it to believe just to believe it is happening in front of you.
Yeah, I don't. I know somebody had said I forget who it was had said last night that it was bad. So Yeah,
Oh,
I think I'll
it's
skip that one.
something. It's definitely
Something.
something. Yeah, I mean, you would think it was just a big commercial for Amazon
Yeah.
during at least most of it.
Yeah. Karen says Superman started in the middle. I didn't see Superman, Karen, so I don't know.
Mhm.
I didn't go see that. I have no intention to. Excuse me. I'm not really a DC person. I'm more a Marvel person, and I'm only more recently a Marvel person, so
Mhm.
I probably won't bother. But it was hey, it was good. I'm not saying
I only like stuff like I only like
what.
stuff like Legion in the Marvel universe.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. I like I said, I liked it, but I mean, it was okay. It just when I go to a Marvel movie, I expect to be wowed, and it's not that it
Hmm.
wasn't like the
Like a
effects.
blockbuster.
Yeah, and like the effects
Mm-hmm.
were good. I'm not saying it didn't look good, but like it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't. I don't know. I just it felt like coming in the middle, and
It
I
wasn't no Doctor Strange.
no, it wasn't no Doctor Strange. And I mean, like I had just watched Thunderbolts like I don't know a week and a half prior. Like I
Hmm.
watched it on Disney Plus, and like even that, like that was really good. That was really exciting, and this one
Yeah.
was it was just I like yeah. I didn't love it, but yeah, I expected to. Maybe I expected too much out of it. I don't know.
Hmm.
But I don't go to the movies very much anymore. So if I go, I wanna enjoy it. The 3D was pretty good though. Like it did have pretty
Yeah.
good 3D, but yeah, was not what I expected.
I'm sure there were regular movies in 3D.
Oh yeah, they only do blockbuster ones in 3D. I wish they like released them in 3D like to buy too. Like I still have a 3D TV until it breaks. I know it probably ain't
Mm-hmm.
gonna last much longer, and they don't make new stuff for 3D hardly ever unless it's like from another
I have a
country.
Coraline that gave me glasses that makes it 3D in a roundabout
Yeah,
way.
there's that kind, but I have one like the ones from the movie theater actually work on the TV, but it's not that once that TV dies, I don't have it anymore. And then I
Mm-hmm.
have a bunch of movies I bought in 3D, like when they came
Oh.
out, and I can't watch them because they're only 3D. I don't know. It was
Mm.
a gimmick, but I liked it. I like Avatar in 3D. Well, I saw an Avatar trailer too. The Avatar trailer looked good,
So how long do you
but
think your TV's gonna live?
oh, I don't know. It's already quite a few years old, so probably not. I hope it lasts long because I can't afford another TV, but it's what's in my office, so it lasts until it dies.
Mm-hmm.
Because actually, it's the one that was in the living room. Technically, I should say it's already broken. It has like a I don't know what you want to call it, like a watermark, like it's got like a shadow on it, and they replaced it with the
Mm-hmm.
warranty,
Yeah.
but they never took the TV. They left it, and they're like, "You can keep it." So it's in my office. So
Oh, okay.
technically broken, I guess, but it works except for the
Mm-hmm.
shadow. You watched Avatar when you had a hangover. But see, that movie is so gorgeous in 3D. That like I have that on 3D, and I would watch it again on 3D on the TV. I probably should watch it at some point before the TV does break. But I have Doctor Strange and Avatar on 3D,
Mm-hmm.
and I think a couple of the Harry Potter movies I think I have on 3D. I'm not sure what else. That's probably it. It's probably Harry Potter, Fantastic Beasts, Doctor Strange, and Avatar, and that's like the extent of my 3D library. I said it like I have a bunch of them. Don't have that many. When they made Jaws 3D, I think that was a different. What is it that like everything we're talking about? There was trailers. There was a trailer for Jaws too. Like, is it like whatever it was, 50 years? I don't know. Whatever
Oh
anniversary
yeah,
it is,
yeah.
they're bringing Jaws back to the theater.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, I saw
and
that.
yeah, there was that, and there was the Running Man, and there was what was the other thing I said there was? Something else. Oh, the Avatar, the new Avatar movie had a trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what else. Those were the only ones that stood out. Probably something. Oh, and it had no, Tron was with something else I seen. There was something.
Yeah, there's another Tron
Oh,
coming.
there was one with
Nine Inch Nail soundtrack. I know that enough from watching clips of San Diego Comic Con.
there was the guy that's in Running Man. What's his name? Everybody likes him. I don't really care, but what's his name? I can't think of his name. There was I think the first trailer was the one he's like in space and he's like, I don't want to be an astronaut, but he had to be, and I don't know. I don't even remember what it was, but something. Yeah, Karen,
Mm.
we're getting off track. Sorry. Uh
Oh.
eh,
Do you have any thoughts, Karen? We can still keep talking about the Institute.
Yes, if you have any other thoughts on it. No, not Schwarzenegger. I mean in the new Running Man, the
I don't know.
lead, the guy that's in Barbie that like everybody likes, that I'm not, I don't know. He's a good actor, but I'm not like gaga over him like a lot of people are. That's who I can't think of his name. I'm like blanking. He's in Barbie and he's in that Notebook and that guy. That I should know his name. Oh, he's in the Notebook.
The guy who played Ken and Barbie?
Yes. And I'd have to look it up.
I don't know who that guy is either. Ryan Gosling.
Thank you, Samuel. Ryan Gosling, yes. It was a Ryan Gosling movie. You
I can imagine what he looked like, but I'm like, I don't know.
That's why I said you could see how much of a Ryan Gosling fan I am, right? No, I like Ryan Gosling.
Him in that movie.
I mean, he's a good actor, but I'm not like, oh, it's Ryan Gosling type of thing. Nah.
Is he an action actor?
He's in Running Man. I'm pretty sure that was. Let me see. Unless I'm mixing up previews, I'm pretty sure that he was the one that was in the Running Man trailer.
Ryan
and there was a. I just saw something popped up when I tried to search Internet Movie Database. There was also what the hell's it called? Now that I look that up, I'm like losing it. The one that takes place in England, and I'm completely blanking at the castle, and I love that show, and I can't even think of what it's called. What the hell's the series that's the upstairs and the downstairs? I can't think of what it's called. Yeah, Downton Abbey. There was a Downton Abbey preview. See, there was a lot of trailers, and this is how bad my memory is. I can't even remember that, and I like that. Okay, there is a preview there. It is called Project Hail Mary. That was what it was for with Ryan Gosling.
Oh yeah, okay.
And
I've heard of that.
Maybe he's not in the Running Man. I'm wondering if I mixed up who was in what, because there were a lot of trailers. I swear that was him in the Running Man, but maybe I'm mixing up who was in the Running Man then. Huh. Oh, no, it wasn't him in the Running Man. Okay. Forget I said that. It was not Ryan Gosling in the Running Man. I'm sorry. I don't know that guy's name. I know him, but Glenn Powell. Okay, Ryan Gosling is not in the Running Man. I've seen too many trailers. I got him mixed up.
Yeah. I just can't imagine him being in there. Well, I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, although I think that other movie though, I think might be an action movie probably. The one I
yeah, Project Hail Mary.
Yeah, that one might be. See, that's what happens when my memory sees too many things at once. They get all jumbled up.
Yeah, but you might have better ideas in your head than we're actually.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I do. I'm thinking that, and I'm thinking, I hope I was at least didn't mix up Coleman Domingo, but I don't see how I could have mixed that up. That's for sure. Let me see, because I know that was him. Now I'm gonna look, and it's gonna drive me nuts until I look. Yes, it was Coleman Domingo. Okay, I didn't mix that up.
And that makes me want to go watch The Running Man. The original one.
Yeah, it was Josh Brolin and Coleman.
Pretty good there. I could probably find it free somewhere to watch.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking I'm gonna go to bed after we're done. I'll be honest. I don't know. I feel like watching a movie. I don't have the energy. But yeah.
I mean, I can't watch many movies, but I would watch the original Running Man. It's a wonderful piece of cinema. Highly recommended.
Yeah, I know it's supposed to be really good. I've heard only good things about it.
Yeah. Ahead of its time, but now not ahead of its time. Now it's behind its time.
Yeah, probably. IMAX and Dolby are better. Well, I went to the local theater, so it's what was here. We don't have an IMAX right here. It's
Oh, you don't have a nice big.
Not near where I live. I'm in too small a town. This is a real 3D or whatever it's called. It's like a little. Yeah, this is a local cinema. It's not huge. Was you running around the original Squid Games? I guess it kind of is, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen Squid Game, but
how many theaters does it have in your town? Like a 2 theater?
Yeah. Yeah,
One.
now that I think about it, this theater I went to is actually in Ohio. It's not even in Pennsylvania.
Oh, that's right. You go over the border often.
I go to yes, because I live near the border. Yeah, the
You
one
go to
that's
the
here.
library after you're done watching the movie.
Yeah, no, the theater that's nearer to me, that's in Pennsylvania, I don't go to because at least the last time I went there, I mean, I haven't been there for a while, but their screens are like so old, like they're not
Mm-hmm.
sharp when you watch them, and they're just their
Mm-hmm.
equipment shit. So yeah, I go to the
Yeah.
one in Ohio. It's a better theater.
Mm-hmm.
Still, yeah, we don't have. I think there's one other one that's kind of close to me, but it's far enough that I don't go there. So yeah, not a lot here. I live in a small town. Maybe not as small as like on Revival, but
Or here at the Institute.
or on the Institute. Yeah, we don't all know each other, but it's a pretty small town. All right. Well, unless anybody has anything about the Institute to add, I guess we've kind of let it run its course. But yeah, everybody join Karen and AJ and I tomorrow at 10 Eastern for a review of Revival. And then at 12 or 11:59, as I like to say, Scarlet and I will be back for Nautilus. And then Tuesday at 8, we have Julian Richings coming, who plays Stackhouse on the Institute. And then at 10, we have Fandom Access and maybe Sandman after, if I can get myself together by then. If not, we'll figure out another day. But
Sandman might be
really hard to do
finishing
3
sometime this week.
No, it's just hard for me to do 3, but I can probably do it. I got to figure out what else is going on, and we'll talk about it. And then if we do, I'll put it in Discord so everybody knows. And then Thursday we have Wednesday episode 2, and we'll be having a watch party at 9:30 and the show at 11. And then we're also doing stuff for Scarlett's birthday Thursday at 11. So
Yay.
make sure you guys come for some. Yeah, well, yeah, it's technically not her birthday, but for what Adam's Family trivia, monster trivia,
Mad Libs. I have Mad Libs.
Some fun stuff. So make sure y'all tune in.
I'll have fun no matter what happens.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it'll be fun. But yeah, so that's all coming up this week. And you can still send me questions, like I said, for Gail Simone. Or why am I calling her Gail Simone? Simone Miller. Who's Gail Simone? I don't know.
There is an actress called Gail Simone.
I know there is. That's why I don't know why I said that though. Who is that? That's like I'm thinking I know that name, but it's like not. Who is that? I'm thinking. I don't know. But anyway, her name's Simone Miller. And actually, I will be talking to her and Finn and Joe later on in the week as well. But that's a short junket. Yeah. And then, like I said, also, if you have any more Revival questions, I'll be talking to Luke and Aaron later on in the week. Yeah, Kimberly did. I can't remember where you posted it, but I think so. As long as you posted it in my Discord, let me see. I remember seeing it because I saw that video you sent too. Let me see. Submit. Nope, that's the wrong channel. Yeah, there's a place that says submit questions and submit talent questions. Yes, I see it. So submit questions. So yes, I got that. And I am still contacting some other. I should ask him about the broccoli. I should ask him about the broccoli, shouldn't I? It's probably good. It's only I think 10 minutes though for 3 people, so I can't ask a whole lot of questions to the trio, just for that reason. But I will be talking to Simone again after that. So her, I will have more time with. And there's some other people I've requested. I'm waiting to hear back from. I started requesting people for Wednesday. So yeah, we'll have to see. And it's been the weekend, so that's probably why I haven't heard back from anybody, but I guess we'll find out tomorrow. Maybe I'll hear back for some people. And yeah. All right, guys. Yes, but put it in the questions, then I'll remember to at least mention it if I
apparently the end of August is the biggest time to have family reunions as well.
Yeah, the end of summer. That's true. So that might kind of
I guess it's an old Irish tradition to have it at the end of summer, and then everybody else does. So it's like, that's cool. We'll also have a family reunion at the end of the summer.
Yeah, maybe.
I just know a lot of people are having family reunions, and only a few of them are Irish.
Well, it does make sense timing wise.
Like before kids get back to school.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
It
All
was like
right,
90.
guys.
It was like 96 degrees here today. It's just too much summer. I'm ready for fall.
Oh no. No. I
Oh
could keep
yes, yes.
no summer. Summer I would like to last all year if it could.
Oh, then move to
Because I like
California. It lasts all year there.
yeah, I would if I had money. But
I
I
moved
want
there with next to no money, and I made it. Made it work for 20 years of my life.
yeah, I want to but I enjoy the summer. I don't like
But I
winter.
don't like summer all year round.
Yeah, well,
I prefer the 4 seasons.
I don't know me. I like it
But you
being
could
hot.
swim all year round. I swam all year round for like 20 years. It was great.
Oh yeah, if you live in
In the
California.
ocean or like new people that have pools.
Yeah. Hmm.
Ocean's great. Well, Lake Michigan's great. I can drive to Lake Michigan. It's good.
Yeah, I went to Lake Michigan before, but a long time ago.
Yeah.
But usually the waters in the ocean's cold though. Prefer a little pool. That's nice and warm. Probably warmer than it should be. So it's
If
like
it's
it was still
96
like
degrees out, that'd be nice and
yeah, the water was
California.
still like the water had gotten cold when it dropped down some, but it was back up to like 90 the other day. So in the
Yeah.
water, I mean, water temperature
Mhm.
was. So the cover is keeping it in, which is its job. So
Yep.
all right, everybody. Well, thank you everybody for coming, and yeah, we'll hopefully see you tomorrow for our review, and then Nautilus. I gotta watch the
Nautilus.
Nautilus episode yet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I gotta take care
I'll,
of that.
I'll watch The Running Man and then I'll watch Nautilus.
All right. I would eventually like to see that. I have so much to watch. I probably
Yeah.
won't watch it anytime soon, but I would like to.
It's a classic. You should have it in your repertoire because a lot of people quote from it.
Yeah, it is. I know it
Like
is supposed to be really good. I had been at one point going to watch it. I think it was on Prime, and I had been going to stream it, and then I forgot
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you too, Kimberly. Okay, everybody. Just stay tuned. Check Discord for schedule and everything. If I update, if we change something or we do schedule CMN, I'll put it in there so everybody knows about it. All right. Okay, everybody. Have a good night.
Yeah. Throw your scissors and run into the red stuffs.